Hello everyone, my name is Kiwi and welcome to the Geek Report, the weekly pop culture recap show with a non-existent budget that's still better than most of the slop that Hollywood's putting out. Speaking of Hollywood slop, let's get started with the news today with Marvel. We're about 2 weeks away from the release of the heavily anticipated Deadpool and Wolverine, which is shaping up to be one of the few successful post-Endgame Marvel projects. In the meantime, Marvel has decided to grace us with 2 new teaser trailers for their upcoming productions. The first one to release was for the MCU show Agatha All Along, a spin-off show that no one asked for, which focuses on a character that audiences don't really care about. After watching the trailer for myself, I can confidently say that this is a spin-off that no one asked for, and it will focus on a character that no one really cares about. In all seriousness, this show will follow Agatha Harkness, the main antagonist of WandaVision, who is trying to regain her magical powers and start a new group of witches with her at the helm. This trailer tries to display the show as a Marvel project that's more focused on horror, which has been slightly touched on previous projects such as Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Knowing Marvel's recent track record of crap content, I think this show will falter against real horror projects, like John Carpenter's The Thing, The Conjuring, and of course, that one SpongeBob episode where a gorilla shows up at the end. Seriously, that shit was fucking traumatizing for me, especially as like a snot-nosed little shithead kid. Oh, and that scene whenever SpongeBob gets split in two, it messes me up. But I digress. At the end of this week, we also got to see the first teaser for Captain America: Brave New World, the first movie where Sam Wilson will take the helm as Captain America. The trailer shows off Harrison Ford, the only main Star Wars actor from the original trilogy who's actually had a successful film career, as the new Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, and Giancarlo Esposito, the man who's made me suspicious that all KFC and Popeyes managers are actually drug dealers, as the movie's main villain, George Washington Bridge. While the trailer looks dull overall, Marvel gave us a very brief glimpse of the Red Hulk. They don't show much of him, but personally I hope he looks like a roided out Harrison Ford covered in Prego spaghetti sauce. He probably won't, but hey, a man can dare to dream. Overall, the trailer looked pretty alright, but there's nothing groundbreaking or shocking that will personally make me want to go to theaters this February. We also got the first big trailer for Ridley Scott's Gladiator 2, set to release in November of this year, a sequel to the 2000 original. Ironically enough, both Gladiator movies will release in election years, where unlikable assholes are running for president of the United States. The only difference is this time, the assholes are now also geriatrics. Don't worry, I shit on both sides of the political spectrum, so we should be staying relatively neutral. Back on topic, I did watch the trailer, and the only notable things from this trailer was the jarring use of a Jay-Z song in a trailer that is presumably trying to be like the mature, epic, and stoic predecessor, and my own sense of dread realizing Pedro Pascal was starring in the film. I don't dislike Pedro Pascal, but it feels like he's in so many projects that I can never escape him. He's like some sort of cryptid that's constantly tormenting me with somewhat above average acting. Yes, I said it, let's be honest, it's true. After the trailer released, it's been receiving somewhat negative reception online, netting more dislikes than likes on YouTube. If we're being completely honest, there's no way Gladiator 2 is gonna live up to the legend of the original. But I imagine I'll personally still see it anyway, just to see how Ridley Scott continues to destroy his own legacy. To finish off our notable trailers for this week, Apple TV Plus released a trailer for their upcoming remake of the 1981 film Time Bandits. This remake is being helmed by Taika Waititi, who's most well known for helping boost up the floundering Thor series with Thor Ragnarok, just to personally drown himself with Thor Love and Thunder. You may also know him from that one time he played Hitler in a movie. I am not shitting you, it is real. To get back on topic, this show will be about a young British boy joining a group of travelers to do the one thing that the British do best, which is stealing valuables from other people around the world. But this time, they traveled through time to steal. Now, I've never seen the original film, but the fans of the original have been absolutely destroying this trailer online, netting it over 36,000 dislikes on YouTube, as well as forcing Apple TV Plus to disable the comments for the trailer by the end of the day. Now, this project will be struggling with both a metric fuck ton of negativity from its reveal, as well as being a project on Apple TV Plus, a streaming service that no one actually uses. To continue our negative streak of updates, The Acolyte, Disney's latest Star Wars show, has released its second to last episode this week. After the episode aired, social media was buzzing with viewers expressing both sighs of relief that the show was almost over, and screams of absolute agony that the show has continued its streak of pure and utter dogshit content. The show currently has an audience score of 14% on Rotten Tomatoes, making it too low for most people to be interested in, but just enough to catch Dr. Disrespect's interest. Yeah, I know Dr. Disrespect jokes are getting old, but they're still not too old for the doc. In contrast to the burning trash heap that is The Acolyte, HBO's House of the Dragon, the prequel series to Game of Thrones, is still receiving heaps of praise by fans for its second season, with a 90% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, and receiving over 8.1 million viewers for its most recent episode, a new high point for the season. I'm not watching either House of the Dragon or The Acolyte myself, so I can't personally attest to the quality of either show, but knowing how Disney has been destroying the Star Wars IP lately, with crap content such as the Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan, it's not surprising that House of the Dragon is absolutely dominating this summer. And finally, to end off the movie and TV news for the week, the human race will soon be evolving to a higher plane of existence, because DreamWorks has given an official release date for Shrek 5, which will have a release date of July 1st of 2026! If I'm being honest, I really don't think Shrek needed another movie in a film franchise that's been dead for well over a decade. But you can damn well believe that I'm going to burst into that theater opening night, rush my nerdy ass straight to my seat, and ultimately hurt any and all small children and old people in my way for daring to disrespect me by being in the way between me and Shrek! In other news, Anime Expo was held this past weekend in Los Angeles. Some notable announcements from the expo are the final season of Fire Force being slated for an April 2025 release, and the brand new trailer for Bleach, 1000 Year Blood War Part 3. However, the most shocking thing to come from this year's Anime Expo is the fact that there weren't too many people on social media complaining about the BO of other expo goers like last year. This potentially means that the disgusting slobs known as anime fans may have finally discovered what basic hygiene is, and I can say this, because I'm an anime fan. I know you people. You smell. To end off this weekly recap, we will cover the gaming scene, which has been fairly quiet from what I can see in the past week. However, we got exciting news for the fans of Overwatch. Overwatch 2 will be having a brand new collaboration with Transformers, which will feature new avatar skins based off popular Transformers characters such as Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. The tens of people still playing that pile of shit game are sure to be more than happy to spend over $100 for skins they will only use once. And that just about covers all the big news for this week's Geek Report, everyone. Don't forget to like the video, comment your thoughts, and subscribe so you can stay up to date with the pop culture news you need to know. Or at the very least, the news that I think you need to know. Now you guys have a good one, and I'll see you next week on the Geek Report.